Yo, how's everybody doing? Good, Ramses, Christian, KJP, Nicholas. How you guys doing? Gray Axe is on one. Starting off the lesson hot, I see. What's up, Tariq? All right, we will give it a couple minutes here so people can join up. I don't know if Noor is still going in the lesson on stock hours right now, but um, yeah, we'll let people join up real quick. And I am going to go ahead and throw this in general announcements as well. There we go. Perfect. Just handed you the torch. Awesome, awesome. How'd you guys do today? Could have been a pretty decent day, right? What's up, Sam? Nice. Yeah, overall, should have been a pretty decent day. This morning, what was the first thing I traded this morning? Oh, this morning I traded Microsoft here to the upside. I was looking for a bit bigger move than we got. It was still a nice play, but I ended up stopping out right around break even on this. And then I ended up taking the video with Noor in the chat, and that ended up being a very, very solid play. And it did end up coming around and breaking 1200 too, but yeah, it was awesome. Caesar. Private information right there. Possibly. Thank you, M. Got a few things I'm eyeing tomorrow. Netflix, Moderna. I haven't heard Moderna in a minute. But yeah, okay. Anyways, we are already a decent ways into this here, but what we're gonna do is the typical Wednesday night charting session we do, where I'm gonna go through my watch list from A to Z, covering the things that I like, things that I don't like, and yeah, we'll make the watch list for tomorrow. So we'll get it started here on Apple. Looking at Apple here, we have a resistance from 2023, 12/21, 2023 at 197.08. That is just a bit above the high from today, so you could definitely get a nice little play there from high of day yesterday, well today, from high of day today through that 197.08 level. If you guys like playing Apple, I will say we are a bit far away on that right now, but I'm not a huge fan of trading Apple, even when there are decent setups, but if you are an Apple fan, that is a decent setup right there. Freaking ascending triangle pattern on the video today. Nice, Sam. What indicators do you use? I don't use any indicators. The only thing I have on my chart is the stock hours algo, and I have the adaptive EMA on here, but I don't use it for anything. And then obviously I have the algo for the volume as well. Moving on, Airbnb, there's not really anything there. The stuff that I don't see anything on right off the bat, I'm going to go ahead and skip over just because there's no need dwelling on one stock for a long time when there's really no setup to be played. AMD doesn't look awful there, but I bet that there's some better setups than that. How do you get the algo for TOS? You cannot get it on TOS. The only reason I have it on TOS is because I work for stock hours. So ARM really just making new high after new high, but that's not really something I'm super interested in playing on a Thursday or a Friday. Contract volume is not horrible. The spreads are a little wide, but that's probably something I'll stay away from, even though we have been strong. I may put it on a side watch to check pre-market and just see if we have any easy pre-market setups we could take right off the bat. AVGO, not super interested on anything there either. See, what are these contracts even looking like here? Oh, you got to play the out the world contracts. I forgot. The 1450s don't have bad volume. I don't know that that's something that I'm super excited to take though at 1417. Go to daily all-time high flat top. Yeah, at 1445, I'm super cool with that, but I'm talking about like literally right above where we're at 1417. 1444, 1445.40 does not look bad though. That's not really something that's going to be on my watch for tomorrow though, so we'll go ahead and move on from there. BA broke the only level that I had. BABA, we're kind of rounding out here, but once again, same kind of thing with Apple. I'd definitely be more inclined to play Apple than BABA, but either one of these stocks I'm not a huge fan of playing, so. You definitely could see it start getting some serious strength here soon though, because you see, I mean, we're rounding out around the bottom there. We've got a little resistance right here, another one right here, all the way up, but not super interested in that. Baidu, I'm good. Coin around here. Coin at, we already broke that resistance, so I think I'm good on coin. I checked it. Yeah, we don't have any gaps here either, so. Also, can you guys hear me all right? My mic, I don't know if I'm on the right one here. Okay, cool. Cool. Moving on, Costco. A lot of these things are just making new highs. There's not a whole lot of like huge, amazing looking setups. So if you're looking at everything and everything's doing the exact same thing, just making new highs and new highs, you've really got to find, I mean, if you're going to play something that's just a new high, you've got to find the stock that you're most comfortable with, that has the best price action that you can just trade on a daily basis. So for example, something like Nvidia or something like Tesla, they have good volume all the time. And whenever everything's kind of doing the same thing, you kind of have to tend to lean towards the stocks you trade most. Appreciate that, Jason. 177 on Google, I still like this. I had this from a few days ago. I still like that. Same plan for that as I had the other day. Then Meta here, once again, just being super strong. But this right here, I would not mind trying to play even high of day from today into the 500 break. If we could get that tomorrow, that would be beautiful. I do like that a lot. I'm gonna check here real quick and see, do we have any crazy news or anything tomorrow? Thursday, June 6th. Jobless claims at 8:30. Okay, so some of these high of days or pre-market highs or whatever might be a little bit ruined. Just due to having jobless claims pre-market, but we will still go ahead and keep those in mind. Microsoft, not really too interested on that. The reason I liked it this morning was from the from this candle pre-market on the 31st, and then we rejected that pre-market and came back up, and we were basically just making a flat top there. So that's why I liked it this morning. Not a huge fan of it now, so I'll go ahead and unmark that one. MU making new highs once again. Let me see, is that's all-time highs, I think. Yep. That's all-time highs for MU. What are these contracts like here? Not too bad. The volume's actually really nice on these 135s. I would not be opposed to looking at this pre-market and just seeing where we're at, because if we could play the 135 break, I would be cool with that. The only issue is a lot of these setups, they're all exactly the same. And they're all exactly the same, and they're really all dependent on what the market does pre-market tomorrow. So hopefully we get something that the pre-market news is not going to completely ruin. Netflix, I like here, actually, at 651.58. Same type of thing I was looking at on Microsoft today, where we have this resistance from the 31st. We retested it at the end of the day today, and then hopefully after hours and pre-market, we can get a little pullback and have a nice power candle into this level off the open. So I'm definitely interested in that. Cool. All right, so that is good. NVIDIA. Damn, I'm out the loop now. Not sure what you mean by that. Which level do you want for entry on Meta? Give me 1 second here. It would just be high of day from today. So 496.50 or 496.65. You chart from the beginning, choose a stock, deeply analyze it. I'm new, I'm lost. So all I'm really doing here is looking for support and resistance. That's 99% of our charting is just finding a support and finding a resistance. And that's what kind of breakouts we play. So, you know, whenever you see a high like this, this right here would be a resistance. Same thing with each and every one of these highs here. They are all a resistance point. And same thing with when you see a stock come down, bounce up, this is now a support point. And you can see we have respected that support. We ended up breaking through, ended up coming back up and moving back to the upside. So that's what I'm doing. There's not really any way for me to slow that down anymore, especially for a charting session for a whole large group of people. All right, back to NVIDIA, sorry. NVIDIA 1240 could be something we could look at as well. Once again, same exact thing that's going on with all the rest of these. They're really just, they're strong, which is cool, but the only type of setup we have here is just new highs, which is not what we play all the time. I mean, we talk about it all the time too. If you're trading during the day, you can't just keep playing new high after new high after new high. But when you get these strong moves in the market where everything is just making, you know, there's nothing here for me. There's no pattern here for me to play. The only thing I can really look at is the new high. But yeah, In a video, I would just be looking at 1240 on that. And then the unfortunate thing is I feel like a lot of these plans are going to have to be updated pre-market due to all of the news. Yes, sir, Jordy. Stay tuned. Got some plans. Got some plans for sure. How are you looking for profit targets? Same way I'm looking for my entry levels. I'm looking for resistances, supports, anything that I see past where I'm going to enter the trade. So if I'm trading something to the upside, I'm going to be looking for the next resistances that make sense to have my profit target at. If I'm taking a trade to the downside, I want to be looking at the next supports below that. There's a lot of different things that I'm looking at, but to sum it up quickly, that would be the best way to describe it. I also am looking for trends. I'm looking for supply and demand zones. Pretty much anything that I can find. And basically the reasoning for a profit target, or just like the reasoning for a target in general, is you're trying to look for something that is making you want to get out of that trade. That doesn't know how to play new highs, just get calls. I wish it was that easy. I mean, you've got the right idea. You're talking about the right direction there, so that's a start for sure. Okay, yeah. Moving on here. SMCI, let's see what this is doing. Not a whole lot. I would be willing to play 822 for sure. I would also definitely be willing to play 830 to the upside right here. So this, I would say, is probably going to be a side watch just due to the fact that it's a little far away and it's the same exact setup once again. It's just, there's really only one trade idea in here that I can write down that's going to be any different than any of these other trade ideas. Because the whole entire idea is, you know, for everything else other than Netflix so far, the whole entire idea is just the stock is strong. We're looking for a break of the highs. Now, pre-market, that might all change. We may have something set up pre-market that'll have us looking at something to the downside, but SMCI 810 was clean today. Are you talking about to the downside, I hope, Jordy? Or wait, no. Hold on. Oh, okay, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, that's nice. That looks good. So SMCI is kind of far away. That's probably going to be a side watch there. Moving on. Nothing I'm interested in on snow. Look at Tesla here. Dang, Tesla recovered. Tesla recovered heavy there. How long do you guys think it's going to be before we finally get a close below 173? Lonzo, that is a possibility. Next week, you think, Tariq? By next Wednesday, we'll see if you're right or wrong on that one. Tomorrow. All right. Yeah, Tesla looks like chop to me right now, so there is nothing I'm super interested in on that. Whenever I have 100 freaking support and resistance lines all in the same spot, you know there's a problem. Yeah, okay, so as far as this watch list goes, AMD definitely scratching off. Don't need that. ARM, I am going to be scratching that one off as well because it's just new high. This is where we go to dial in what we actually want to look at for tomorrow. So AVGO, not going to play that until we get up to 1431-ish, around this area, 1431.34. So I'm all good until then. I will go ahead and set an alert here to let me know when we're getting relatively close. Scratching that one off. Coin. Scratching this one off as well. This is where we're dialing in. I appreciate that, Lonzo. GME, for real, no jokes. I will check it out just for you. Oh, Moderna too, yeah. My bad. Here, I'm gonna check out GME real quick. Red dip. What am I looking at here? Yeah, I mean, if you want to play the high from today, that's really all there is. But I am heavily gonna pass on playing GME. Okay. He said Moderna. Moderna. Are you looking at 158.13 KJP? Oh. No, I'm not hating on the setup, but if I have a choice to not play GameStop on a Thursday, I would most definitely take that choice to not play it. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't look bad either. This once again boils down to, do you want to trade this stock or not? And for me, I would rather stick to the ones that we trade frequently because I can execute on those better because I'm more familiar with the stock. I don't think it looks bad. It's probably not something that I would put as a main watch for me. I'll throw it on there as a side watch though, for sure. I'm actually going to add that back to my watch list because I took it off not too long ago. Airbnb above 150. Joined super late. No, Miguel, I usually don't go over those, and I've kind of explained this before. Like, I trade those stocks. Actually, I really don't trade QQQ. I trade SPY, but I do not claim to be like the expert, like over and above expert on SPY. So I kind of stay in my place and let the person in stock hours that is the expert with that go ahead and take his initiative and do it there, because I am comfortable enough for me to play it. I'm comfortable enough for me to chart it for myself, but it's not something that I claim to be like the best at. Exactly. Caesar said it right there. Maki's a spy goat. CRM. I've seen CRM like 15 times in the last 2 minutes. I mean, we're just in consolidation here. So, yeah, I mean, you can play the consolidation break. You can play it to either direction if you wanted to. Once again, this is something, let me check the contracts. So, these contracts are, by the time we play those, we'd be playing the 240 break. These contracts are just, once again, it's a stock that I'm not super familiar with trading, so not probably going to be a main watch for me, but it's also not a bad setup. So I'll throw this in the side watch with Moderna as well. Let's see here. Sorry. Nor's in the chat. W's in the chat. think I skipped over this question a second ago. I've been trading for 6 months now, and I'm at the break-even stage. It's profitable, but came back to break even again as of the small account. My question is this normal? It is absolutely normal. You honestly, for your first year of trading, if you end up break even at the end of the year, you're doing a great job, because I don't know that there's very many people that can say that. Yeah, that's true, Jordy. No problem, Miguel. Let's see. Lulu already released earnings. Lulu. Take. Does this stock have volume? Like, is this something you guys would trade? I mean, like they do. Use after earnings, maybe above 355. Yeah, I don't think that looks bad either. I might actually throw that on there as well. I don't have this in my watch list either. You guys have brought a few that I don't have in the watch. Some of them I've just never had. Moderna is one that I took off a while back, but yes, sir. Sir Blue. Tour is coming soon. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and move on to making the watch list now, because I think that's about everything that I'm even going to put on there. I don't like, I feel like some of you guys write down 100 different ideas and keep them all on the same watch list. There's no point in having like a well put together, easy to read plan if you have 100 things you have to go through on it, because at that point you're going to be looking around at your watch list for so long, you're going to miss everything. AVG, I'm taking that away. These are actually all going to go away right here. So main watch, we are looking at, or I at least am looking at Netflix. Somebody said Noor said something about it earlier. I don't know if they said he liked it or if he didn't like it, but I think it looks solid here. Literally the only problem I have with it is just it's Netflix, and it moves really bad some days and really great others. So I'm gonna actually move you guys away from my keyboard a little bit, so you might not be as loud. What chart platform is that? That is Thinkorswim. It's TOS. Did you finish a bachelor degree? I did not. I did not. Or said it's only good for one day of the month. Yeah, that's facts, to be honest. I think you just muted. Yeah, I did. I muted on purpose because you guys have, I've heard complaints before about the clicking of the keyboard. So I was trying to minimize that, but all I was really saying there was just, I was talking to myself like while I was typing. So if you guys want me to leave it unmuted and listen to the keyboard clacking, then I will. You like the ASMR? Okay, gotcha. You trade full time? Yes, I do. Ready for tomorrow? Great. Manuel. what we like to hear. No problem. Do here. All right. So Netflix, MU. Why do I have this on here? Thought I unchecked that already. And then, okay, Netflix, Meta. Okay. Music to my ears, sound of hard work. Why don't you post trading videos? I do occasionally. I stopped recording because my computer has been like extremely slow every time I've tried to record and trade at the same time. I don't know how the stream works on it just fine, but when I try, like I'm telling you, when I open OBS and I have both my platforms running at the same time, like it looks like it's about to explode. So for the integrity of my trades being able to be executed and me not just randomly get in on some like lag candle from 2 minutes ago, I've decided to stop recording. Do you use time and sales? If so, how do you use it? What are you looking for? I do use it. I have it pulled up right here. I also have it pulled up on my execution screen right here. So the way that we use that is, and people I think overcomplicate time and sales, but when you're looking at time and sales, you're not reading every single price. You're not reading every like exact order size that's coming in. You're looking at the, first of all, the color of whatever orders are coming in and also how fast it is moving. That's going to show you how aggressive it is to one side or the other. So if you see time and sales flashing just red, 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 that means there is a ton of selling pressure coming in. Red doesn't necessarily mean that the order is a sell order, but it does mean that it was executed below the last order, if that makes sense. I'm colorblind. The best thing I would tell you there is find some colors that you're not blind to and then switch it to that. Did you gain any of your trading knowledge from reading books? Cayman, you are not going to believe this. I've read 0 trading books. I want to read some trading books, but I have so far not. May need more RAM. No, the RAM is good. I need a new CPU is what I need, Jordy. Pause. You show me the 15-minute trend on Meta. Yes, I can. This right here. How do you find the stocks that you trade for the day? Do you use a screener? No, I do not, Mark. I've traded this exact same watch list for the past 3 years, and very, very rarely do I ever open, like, add a new stock into this watch list. I did today because other students were bringing it up, and I want to keep an eye on what they're looking at as well. But 99.9% of the time, the watch list stays exactly the same. Everything that's on here now has been on here forever and will be on here for as long as I'm trading for, or I guess as long as these stocks have volume for, which should theoretically be at least as long as my lifetime. But yeah, everything that I trade comes from this watch list. And other people get the algo also. You can, but you have to get it on TradingView. We don't have it on TOS for students. Okay, moving back here. Netflix, Meta, Nvidia, just gonna be too high. So I don't even know if I should put this in the main watch, other than the fact that it's been strong. Okay, there's that. How can you predict a stock to either go up or down during consolidation? Can you use a chart as an example? So the tricky thing with that is just during a flat consolidation, it's literally 50-50. Generally, I will say, generally you will see a stock continue in whatever direction it started out in. So say you're moving up, right? And then you get stuck into a consolidation. A lot of the times you're going to see it continue that move, but that doesn't mean that it has to by any means. If it's just a flat box consolidation, it is literally completely 50-50. There's other forms of consolidation, though, where it does have a quote-unquote predicted move, such as like ascending triangles, ascending wedges, descending wedges. Those are basically consolidation zones that are predicted to move to one side or the other. So a lot of the times the ascending wedges, they're supposed to be a bearish pattern. Those are supposed to be a consolidation pattern that breaks to the downside. Same thing as descending wedges, that is supposed to be a bullish consolidation pattern. That's something that you're expecting to break to the upside. But as far as a flat box consolidation, those are completely 50-50. If the stock has overall been strong and it's still holding up well compared to the market, though, and it does get stuck into a box consolidation, a lot of the times you're going to see that continue to whatever direction it started in. Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas is the best book overall if you read one. Yeah, I've heard about that book a lot. I've actually wanted to read it. I'm just not, honestly, I'm not a huge reader. I feel like time that I could spend reading, I could spend doing something a bit more productive. So SMCI I'm going to put down here in a side watch. For all these side watches, since they're far away, I'm just going to write a simple idea for these because the plan is going to have to change regardless based on whatever the trend is doing at that point in time. Like if we just get a random trend that pops up out of nowhere, the plan's going to have to change anyways. So that's actually Oh wait, we have Lulu and we have Moderna, right? We have Lulu, Moderna, and then did I say I liked CRM or no? Yeah, I'm probably gonna just stick with Lulu and Moderna in there. Okay. And then Moderna, where is that? There it is. We're $4 away on this. Does Moderna even move like that anymore? Whoever threw Moderna in the chat, does Moderna actually move like $4 to $5 in a day anymore, or is that old Moderna, like 2020 Moderna? Oh, I guess that doesn't that far. It moves. Okay, cool. I wasn't gonna bother writing it down if it was something that was gonna take a freaking week and a half for it to get there, even though it's basically right there anyway. Okay, we got that. We got Moderna watching 158, 13, flat top. There. The Moderna idea is a bit more of a simple one, but that would honestly be what I'm targeting on that, is just whatever momentum we can get through that level. I wouldn't be too picky on that. But yeah, that is the watch that I have for tomorrow. Yeah, and I think, yeah, we're right about on time here too, so that's perfect. If you guys want to take a screenshot of this, make sure you get it while it's up there if you're not in stock hours. If you are in stock hours, I'm going to screenshot it, send it to the lessons tab, stocks chat, all that good stuff. And if you're not in stock hours and you want to be in stock hours, we have our free Wednesdays going on right now. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your grandma, tell everybody. But yeah, that's first link in the description down there. Make sure you join stock hours for the free day at least to test it out. And yeah. Tips on building back an account after being down so much. Yes. Don't focus on your P&L. Size down. Just focus on consistency, and it's gonna come back way faster than it would if you're focused only on your P&L. Thank you, Lonzo. I'm assuming that's how you say your name. What is usually the volume on Lulu if you have traded it in the past? I've never traded Lulu before, which is why I was hesitant to put it on the list. So that's just something I'm gonna have to judge in the mornings. Yeah, no, I know it's hard to not focus on that. It's most definitely hard not to focus on it, especially if that's like the thing that's burning into your mind. But you're not going to get anywhere with your trading if all you're focusing on is your P&L, because the market makers don't care about your P&L. Whatever the stock's doing, they don't care about your P&L. Stock is going to move how the stock is going to move, and that is what you need to be focused on. So yeah. All right, I appreciate all you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and we will talk to you tomorrow morning.